Hello and welcome to today's social studies lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Excellent. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low, touch our toes. And then, guys, let's go back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy-toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. Excellent. And then back down to touch our toes. Stand up straight and have a shake. Arms and legs. Shake it off. Arms and legs, shake it off. Very good, guys. And next, we'll do some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Very good. And now for 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant, guys. And now we'll do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Brilliant, guys. And to finish, we'll do 5 claps. Excellent. Have a seat. So today, in social studies class, we're going to be having another review lesson. So let's write that word on the board first, guys. Review. R-E-V-I-E-W. Review. Excellent. And one of the things that we're going to be reviewing is the name we give to the place or the things that are all around us. What? Environment. Excellent. That's the correct answer. So well remembered, guys. What we call the place, the objects, and everything in our near vicinity is our environment. So let's write that word on the board, guys. Environment, E-N-V-I-R-O-N. And it's quite a long word, so we keep going. M-E-N-T. Environment. Yes, environment is one of the things we're going to be reviewing. But there's also something else. And it's the name we give to things that we can find in the earth that are there naturally. Natural resources. Excellent, guys. Well done. I thought naturally would give it away. But that's what we call things that occur on the earth naturally are natural resources. And natural, N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Natural resources. S-O-U-R-C-E-S. Brilliant, guys. Environment and natural resources. Excellent. Well spoken. And what we were doing when we were looking at the environment and natural resources, we were particularly looking at the environment in two specific ways. We were looking at it from the way things happened a long time ago. In the past, yes. One of the ways we looked at how environment has changed is that first of all, we looked how things used to be in the past. Excellent. And what we did is we compared how things were in the past in our environment with how things are now. Present, yes. The word we give to now is present. P-R-E-S-E-N-T. Present. Okay, so already happened in the past is happening now in the present. Very well done, guys. That was excellent. Very well remembered. And what we're going to do now, teachers, is we've got a flash activity. Using the flash pictures from a previous lesson, we can print them out before the lesson here and cut them into individual pictures. And what we're going to do is have our students come forward and decide if they are environmental pictures from the past or the present. And then they can stick them on the correct place in the board. Well, first of all, guys, let's close our eyes. Let's see who wakes up with the first picture. Okay, so who has the picture now, guys? Pak Bung, can you come and join me at the front, please? Pak Bung will show us the first picture. So what can we see, guys? Home or house. Now, a house or the home we live in is certainly part of our environment. But have a look at these houses here. Are they from the past or are they in the present? I think so too. What do you think, Pak Bung? Okay, then can you put it on the correct place on the board? Perfect. And we can say together, home, present, environment. Pak Bung, that was excellent. Big round of applause for Pak Bung. So we see how homes are looking now in the present. So let's look out to see if we can see the home for the past on another slide. Okay, let's open our eyes, guys. Who has the flash now? Pat, come and join me at the front, please. And can you show your friends your flashcard? So what can we see now, guys? House, home. But is this home from the present? Yes, you can see. It's an old style type of home. It's made of wood. So this is a house from the past. So Pat, can you place here for me? That's excellent. And we can say house, past, environment. Pat, that was excellent. High five, big round of applause for Pat. So teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom now. You can pause the video and do the same activity with your students in your classroom. And remember, use a different student for each of the flashcards or pictures and have the class all speak together once it's on the board. And we're going to carry on playing now. So let's see who can go next. Let's open our eyes, guys. And now the flash picture is with Lakdao. So Lakdao, can you bring your picture forward? Okay, so here, what can you see in the picture? Horse and cart. Now this is an example of transportation. Is it from the present? No, this is transportation in the past. Excellent, Lakdao, well done. So we can say together, transportation, past environment. Yes, Lakdao, brilliant. Big round of applause for Lakdao. Now, next picture for the next student. Now, it's Stu's turn to come forward and show us his flash picture. So Stu, come and show us your picture, please. Okay, so show it to your friends. What can we see, guys? Car, sports car. So again, another example of transportation. But is this from the past? No. Present. So Stu, you can place this car in the present because it's a very modern sports car. So we can say together, guys, transportation, present environment. Excellent, Stu. That was great. Well done. High five, round of applause for Stu. Okay, now for the next picture and the next student. And now it's Nadia's turn to bring her flash picture forward. So Nadia, please come and join me at the front. And show what can we see in Nadia's flash picture, guys? We can see shoes and dress. So this is an example of clothes. Okay, I hear past and I hear present. What do we think? Present. I think present. Yes, look at the shoes. These are what we call modern shoes. So it's the type of clothing that women will wear today. So Nadia, what part of the board will you place it on? Perfect. So we can say clothing, present, environment. Because if we go out today to the shopping malls, you might see women dressed like this. Nadia, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia. And now for the next slide, or the next picture. Okay, let's open our eyes, guys. Now the flash picture is with Net. So Net, come and join me at the front, please. Okay, so now what can you see in Net's picture? Well, what can you see? Dress. So it's another example of clothing, but this time past. This is what we call traditional clothing. Traditional means things that have happened for a long time. So traditional, certainly, Net, belongs in the past. So we can say clothing, past, environment. Net, excellent. Big round of applause for Net. And now, down to the final two slides. Let's open our eyes, guys. Who has the flash picture now? Now it's with Prel. So Prel, kindly bring your flash picture and show your friends. Correct. Now what can we see in the picture here, guys? Wood. Yes, this is woodwork. This is an example of technology, how people used to work. But is this how people work now in the present or in the past? In the past, absolutely. Excellent, Prel. So we can say technology, past, environment. Very good, Prel. Excellent. Big round of applause for Prel, please, guys. And now we have one more slide, one more picture. So let's see who can do it. Okay. Down, you can open your eyes now because it's your turn to bring your flash picture forward. And I think everybody will know what this is on Down's flash picture. What can you see? iPad. So again, we're talking about technology. Is it technology from the past, like the wood? Present, absolutely. So Down, what side of the board will you place it on? Perfect. So we can say technology, present, environment. Excellent, guys. Down, that was brilliant. Big high five and round of applause for Down. That was brilliant, guys. So now, by placing our pictures on the correct sides of the board, you can see the differences between the past and the present environment, using the 4 skills of housing, transport, clothing, and technology. And that was great, so well done, guys. And what we've got now is we've got a PowerPoint presentation for our students to review the changes to the environment through the past and the present, and also to look more at natural resources, how they can change and affect our lives on the planet. So let's take a look at the TV screen, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about environment and natural resources. Past and present. Yes, just like we did the board exercise earlier, guys. We'll have a look more. So in the past, places of dwelling. Now what places of dwelling means is houses or homes. And as you can see in the past, they were a lot more basic. Look at this house in the picture here, and you can see it's made of stones and wood. And it's just been built into the ground, into the soil. Not like the houses we have these days. And again, in the past, houses in some parts of the world which were made of wood would be made on things called stilts. Yes, because if they're made near water, sometimes when there's lots of rain, they will get the flood. So the houses need to be high up so that when the flood waters rise, the house doesn't get wet. But at present, with technology, we learned how to build concrete. Yes, and that means now we can have bigger buildings made of stone and concrete. You see, guys? Look at the difference in the buildings now. This is present buildings made of concrete. They can be made harder and higher. And in the past, occupation. Yes, occupation means job. So in the past, lots of people worked in more rural areas with farming and agriculture. And you can see here, this farmer is working with his buffalo to plant the crops. And it looks like it's raining very heavy. You see his hat? Nice hat. But nowadays, there's a lot more technology. So all our jobs or occupations are to do with technology. You can see here, computers, headphones. Nowadays, a lot of occupations involve working with technology. And in the past, transportation, before we had cars, airplanes, and trains, people would have to walk to where they wanted to go. Or, if they were rich enough, they had a horse, they could go by horse or by boat. But in the past, no cars. And nowadays, at present, we have the cars. So it's a lot more convenient to get to where we want to go. Airplanes. And in the past, the air was a lot more clear, because in the past, there was a lot less industry, a lot less pollution, there was a lot more blue, clear skies. But now, because of lots of factories and pollution, some places look like this all the time. Dirty skies, lots of smoke. And remember before when we talked about traditional dressing? What country do you think this is? What country is Japan? Yes, I think Japan too. This lady is wearing a Japanese traditional dress and the umbrella. But nowadays, with modern clothes, there's a lot more different styles. And for women, the big change is the shoes. You see these high heels. Yes, a very modern type of clothing that are hard to wear. And now we'll look at dependence on natural resources. So you can see in the past, natural resources were a lot more dependent because less technology. Things like water, wood, and soil, we needed all the time. And you can see that's why houses were always near to the water, because in the past, no pipelines, they had to be near the water to get it. And once again, transportation in the past, horses and carts. But now, because we have big cities where the natural resources can be transported to, that means we don't need to live near them. The natural resources like water and electricity come to us when we turn on a tap or switch on a light. And with farming too, or agriculture, now we have machines to help us water the crops. That means we don't need the animals to do it for us all the time. And modern transportation brings trains. Yes. And now, once again, our environment. You can see different types of living things and non-living things. Natural and man-made. An example of natural environment, soil. Air. Plants. Animals. Home or houses, they are man-made. Yes, remember the difference between natural and man-made. Natural, it was there already. Man-made means we have to build it for ourselves. School. Is the school natural or man-made? Man-made, yes, it had to be built. And how about towns? Man-made, yes. All the buildings in the towns, they have to be made. But villages, it says man-made, but villages are a combination of both, because the fields and the trees are natural. The houses are man-made. And now, natural resources. We have exhaustible, renewable, and inexhaustible. Yeah. Exhaustible means they will run out one day. Inexhaustible means they will never run out. So exhaustible natural resources include coal, petroleum. Yes, that's the oil that everybody puts in their cars to keep them going. Gas. And now renewable natural resources, plants. Yes, if we plant seeds, the plants will keep growing. So that's renewable. Animals. Animals will be born, so they're renewable. And inexhaustible, which means we'll never run out, air, water, sunlight. Yes, these things are inexhaustible natural resources. They will be around forever. That's why our planet has life, because we have sunlight, water, and air. And changes to the environment are caused by forces of nature or human activities. Forces of nature include floods, cyclones, earthquakes, volcanic activity, or human activities, toxic wastes, smoke from burning. Yes, when people light fires, all of the smoke will go into the atmosphere and pollute it. And that brings us on to pollution. Look at the water pollution, guys. Would you like to swim here? No. Would you like to drink that water? No. No, it's polluted. And you see what happens to polluted water? Dirty. Yes. Animals and plants die. And people can't use the water for consumption. That means they can't drink it, they can't use it to cook food, and they can't even use it to wash clothes because it's dirty and smelly. So we don't want our clothes to be like that. And also vehicle engines. Yes, they create something called air pollution. And factories too. And if we have bad air quality, it can make us sick because harmful to our health. If we keep breathing in bad air all the time, our health will suffer. Another type of pollution, soil pollution, through chemicals. And chemicals will make the soil infertile. Does anybody know what the word infertile means? It means cannot grow. If something is infertile, it cannot grow. So if the soil's infertile, it will look like this, dry and bare. And another type of noise pollution, which means too much noise, very loud, hurts our ears and damage your hearing system. So we must help. And who can remember, guys, how can we help? The 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Well done, well remembered. And we can also learn about pollution and how we can stop it. Preserve our natural resources, which means protect them, and use them economically, which means don't use them all the time. And finally, the 3 R's again, reduce, reuse, recycle. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation about the environment and natural resources review. And now they have a better understanding of how things affected us in the past and now in the present, and how things have changed over time. And now it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up, guys, and push in our chairs. And we'll begin this sequence, we'll give a wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. And now we can give another wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now we'll go round and round, round and round, round and round, and stop. Back the other way. And what this will do, it will help us stretch our spine. Because if our students need to sit down, it's good to exercise our spine. And stop. And shake it out, guys. Arms and legs, shake it out. Arms and legs, shake it out. Perfect. And then to finish, what we'll do is 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, what you'll need to do is print off a worksheet for all of the students in your class. And what we're thinking about now, guys, who can remember the 3 R's? Reduce, reuse, recycle. So our students need to think about what they've learned in previous lessons and also the PowerPoint review, and they have to think 3 items that they can recycle. What 3 items do you use, guys, that you can recycle? Have a think, and then you can write them on your worksheet. Then after 3 items for recycling, 2 items I can reuse. That means they don't need to go to recycle, we can use them again. Like a bottle of water, once you finish drinking it, you can fill it with more water. That is reuse. And then finally, the 3rd section is 1 item I can reduce. Now, reduce means to use less. So think about the things we use and what could you use less. And teachers, just monitor your class and help them with anything they need using the board. If students need help with spelling or words, you can write it for them to help. And give them around 15 minutes for this activity. So Chu, this one's for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pak Bung for you. You're welcome. Nadia for you. Net for you. Down, here's yours. You're welcome. Bangpon for you. You're welcome. Preo, here's yours.
Thank you.
And Lakgao, you're welcome. So the 3 R's, guys: recycle, 3 ways; reuse, 2 items; and 1 way, reduce. So I will help. What we'll do, we'll have recycle, reuse, reduce. Okay, so everybody is welcome to do their own worksheets. Plastic bottle, excellent. You see, so we can recycle a plastic bottle. A plastic bottle can go for recycling. In fact, any type of plastic, glass, another one, excellent, Pak Bung. We don't even have to write bottle, because anything plastic, paper too, glass, paper, all these are excellent suggestions, guys. Well done, you remember well. Plastic, glass, paper. These are all things that can go for recycling. And what recycle means is that they'll go into a bin, but they won't go to the rubbish dump. They'll be regenerated to use again. Yes, recycle. But some things we can use a few times before we give to recycle. Like I heard Prow say, plastic bottle. So we can recycle plastic, but a plastic bottle we could use again. Maybe a plastic bottle you can use 4 or 5 times. And then, when it's getting quite old, then you can send it for recycling. So plastic bottle, an excellent idea to reuse. And any other ideas? What else can we reuse? What do we think? What could we reuse? We don't have to throw away all the time. One example, plastic. Plastic bag, excellent. Plastic bags are important to reuse because they create lots of rubbish. So we could have plastic bottle, but I like plastic bag even more because plastic bags can last forever. If we have a plastic bag, when we go to 7-Eleven or the supermarket and they say, do you want a plastic bag? Say, no, I don't need. I already have one. And you can reuse the bag you already have. Another example of reuse, maybe if we have paper plates. Paper plates. We don't have to throw them away every time. If we wash a paper plate, we can reuse it a few times, and then when it's getting too old, then goes for recycle. And another idea, glass cups. We can reuse glass cups. If you drink from a glass, you don't have to throw it away after. We can wash it and use again. So some good ideas there, guys, but you can do your own. We need 3 for recycle. We have 3 on the board. We only need 2 for reuse, so you can choose 2 or think of your own. If anyone has any other ideas, let me know. Reduce. Yes, what could we reduce? What do we use that reduce means use less? So we can continue to use, like I've got a good idea. When I brush my teeth, I turn off the tap. Yes, I use the water, but I turn the tap off while I brush. So that means I use less. So therefore, we can reduce water. Yep, water. When we're washing, maybe our hands or washing dishes after we've eaten, we don't need to keep the tap running all the time. While we're washing, we can turn the tap off. And that means reduce. And I've got another idea, guys. How about what we use so we can see in the room? Light. But what happens if you go out the room? Do you leave the light on? Turn off. So we can turn off lights. Reduce water or turn off lights. And what this is reducing is electricity. If I'm in a room and I'm the only person, once I leave the room, I will turn off the light. Turn off the light helps to reduce electricity, and it saves money. Because when we use electricity, we get a bill for how much we use. Same with water. What's that one? Excellent. Yes, water and turn off lights. 2 excellent ideas. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to think of 3 ways to recycle, 2 ways to reuse, and 1 way to reduce. And what we did in our class, we done a classroom activity where everyone gave their ideas and then we put them on the board so everybody can see. So final time, guys. Recycle. Plastic. Glass. Paper. All of them things can always be recycled. And when we talk about reuse, we can reuse plastic bottles. Plastic bags. Paper plates. And glass cups. Now, when we say reuse, we don't have to reuse forever. Maybe 4 or 5 times with a plastic bottle is enough. And then it can go for recycling. And finally, reduce. Now, reduce means use, but use less. And we had good examples of water. Turn off the taps when we're brushing our teeth or washing, and also turn off lights, which will help us to reduce electricity. Excellent, guys. That was very well done. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the review lesson, and we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.